We have some pictures coming in of the Prime Minister right now who's just in fact reached Nepal. We'll just play out those visuals for our viewers. Remember, this is the Prime Minister's fourth visit to Nepal ever since he took over in fact as the Prime Minister in the year 2014. Let's go straight in fact to these visuals of the Prime Minister who is in Kushinagar, in Lumbini in fact today, who is in Lumbini today. He took off from UP's Kushinagar to Lumbini.
अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए और अब से कुछ ही क्षणों के बाद आप वो तस्वीरें देखें।
The Prime Minister has spoken about the need to deepen ties with Nepal in this crucial visit, spoken repeatedly about the cement shared culture and the support that India has received from Nepal and vice versa. Both countries have been friends. He's also spoken about the trip and the need to deepen time-honored linkages with Nepal. The Prime Minister is going to be in Lumbini today, and the effort the Government of India has said is for India to build on the shared heritage with Nepal. The Prime Minister, besides offering prayers at the Maya Devi temple in Lumbini, will also deliver an address at a Buddha Jayanti event which has been organized by the Lumbini Development Trust. He is in fact taking part in a ceremony to lay the foundation stone for a center for Buddhist culture and heritage, and this is coinciding with Buddha Purnima. The Prime Minister is expected to be in Lumbini today. He's arrived and he's going to be there till afternoon, till about 3:30 p.m. Government of India sources have indicated that the focus is going to be on bringing soft power to the center stage of India-Nepal relations, while also marking India's presence formally at the holy site that is just very, very close to the border that India shares with Nepal, from Kushinagar, from where the Prime Minister took off today. The Prime Minister, besides offering prayers at the Maya Devi temple in Lumbini, will also deliver an address at a Buddha Jayanti event that has been organized by the Lumbini Development Trust. The Prime Minister is visiting Lumbini at the invitation, remember, of Nepal Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba. Interesting developments, because this comes at a time when China too is eyeing developments and looking at the developments vis-a-vis India's closeness to Nepal.
बच्चियां हैं ये जो भारत और नेपाल के झंडे के साथ यहाँ पर खड़ी हुई हैं, आप देख पा रही हैं। और फिलहाल इंतजार किया जा रहा है, यही वो रूट है। आपको बता दें, इसी रास्ते से बस कुछ ही दूरी पर यहाँ पर हेलीपैड है, जहां से प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी कुछ ही देर में यहाँ पर पहुंचने वाले हैं। लेकिन अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा संदेश, देखिए, नरेंद्र मोदी 2014 में प्रधानमंत्री बनने के बाद जब नेपाल के दौरे पर आए थे, उस समय उन्होंने इस धरती से बड़ा संदेश दिया था नेपाल को लेकर। जरा सोचिए, भारत और नेपाल में बहुत बड़ा फर्क है। आबादी के लिहाज से अगर हम देखें, हिंदुस्तान 1.25 अरब से ज्यादा की आबादी वाला मुल्क है। नेपाल की बात करें तो सिर्फ 3 करोड़ की ही आबादी है यहाँ पर। दूसरी तरफ आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर और स्टूडेंट्स आ चुके हैं, जिनके हाथों में भारत और नेपाल का झंडा पकड़ाया जा रहा है, और ये सभी यहाँ पर स्वागत करने के लिए पूरी तरह से तैयार हैं। इनसे जरा बातचीत करते हैं। कहाँ से आए हैं आप लोग? कहाँ से आए हैं?
लुम्बिनी सांस्कृतिक
स्वागत करने के लिए।
स्वागत करने के लिए
नरेंद्र मोदी जी का उत्साह से भरे हुए हैं,
एकदम
जोश हाई है,
उनका दिल से स्वागत है। इधर
दिल से एकदम जोश में हैं सब लोग।
सब लोग हैं।
क्या चाहते हैं भारत के साथ नेपाल के कैसे संबंध होने चाहिए?
अच्छा संबंध होने चाहिए, अच्छे संबंध होने चाहिए।
और क्या बोलेंगे? भारत नेपाल का झंडा, दोनों झंडा मुस्कुराता हुआ आगे बढ़ रहा है, इस पर क्या बोलेंगे आप? खुश हैं आप लोग?
हाँ, एकदम।
क्या करते हैं? पढ़ाई करते हैं?
हाँ।
कौन से क्लास में?
11th
में। भारत के बारे में क्या सोच रखते हैं आप लोग?
बहुत अच्छा है, वहाँ के प्रधानमंत्री बहुत अच्छे हैं, अच्छे विदेश आते हैं, अच्छे प्रोग्राम लाते हैं। हमारे यहाँ भी हो सकता है कुछ लागू करें।
अच्छा, भारत के प्रधानमंत्री आपके वहाँ भी लागू करेंगे?
हो सकता है, कुछ अच्छे हो सकते हैं।
अच्छा, यहाँ पर भी लोगों से देखकर सीखें। आपको लग रहा है कि वेलकम यहाँ पर करने के लिए स्वागत किया जा रहा है, इंतजार। और आप देखिए, यहाँ पर ट्रैफिक पुलिस की एक गाड़ी यहाँ पर आ चुकी है। कुछ ही देर में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी बस कुछ ही पलों में यहाँ पर पहुंचने वाले हैं। सुरक्षा के भी तगड़े इंतजाम यहाँ पर किए गए हैं। दूसरी तरफ से अगर हम आपको दिखाएंगे, चारों तरफ वहां पर भी भारी तादाद में बिल्कुल दूर बैरिकेड्स करके रोक दिया गया है। यहाँ पर नेपाल के तमाम सुरक्षा के जवान तैनात हैं।
My colleague Rohit is getting us more details, joining us right now from Lumbini, where the Prime Minister has just arrived. Rohit, first, do give us an idea about the itinerary of the Prime Minister today. What is on the agenda?
Well, it's going to be the first visit of Prime Minister Modi after his re-election in 2019, and as the itinerary goes, the Prime Minister is just about to land in Lumbini. His helicopters are have not come right now, though he has taken off from Kushinagar, and in a few moments from now we are expecting that Prime Minister will be landing at the helipad that has been constructed here in Lumbini, and in the next 15 to 20 minutes he will be arriving at the Maya Devi temple where we are at this point of time. You can see behind me, this is the entrance gate of the Maya Devi temple. It is believed to be the birthplace, exact birthplace of Lord Buddha, and you can see here for the welcome of the Prime Minister here, you have so many Nepalese children here from the various schools here. They are having flags of India as well as Nepal in their hands, and they are all waiting anxiously and with enthusiasm to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And let's get in a word from some of them as to what they have to say. आप लोग किससे मिलने आए हैं, किसको देखने आए हैं?
मोदी सरकार को।
मोदी जी को देखने आए हैं। कैसे लगते हैं आपको?
अच्छा लगता है।
अच्छे लगते हैं। उनका वेलकम के लिए आप लोग आए हैं?
जी।
आप लोग किसके लिए आई हैं?
उनके वेलकम के लिए, मोदी जी के।
मोदी जी के लिए ही आए हैं आप लोग। कैसे रिश्ते आपको लगता है भारत और नेपाल के बीच में होने चाहिए?
बहुत अच्छा।
अच्छे होने चाहिए। आप बताइए, आप किसको देखने के लिए आई हैं?
मोदी सरकार को।
मोदी जी को देखने आई हैं। और आप?
नरेंद्र मोदी जी को है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी को।
नरेंद्र मोदी को। So there you can see several children here from the school carrying Indian flags as well as the Nepali flags here, and all are waiting anxiously here to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who in fact has already visited Nepal 4 times during his last tenure, and now as the itinerary goes, he will be arriving here at the Maya Devi temple and doing a special puja archana here along with the Nepali Prime Minister and his wife, and he'll be spending around 40 minutes here, and from there then he will go to that place where the Shilanyas or the Bhumi Pujan will take place, where India will be constructing a Buddhist Cultural Center, and here you can see that the entire route has been sanitized, and you can see in the visuals that the cavalcade has now started to come here. The entire route here is completely sanitized here, and vehicles have started to come, and Prime Minister expected at the Maya Devi temple in a short while from now, and we'll be showing you live pictures of that. And after the Bhumi Pujan of the Buddhist Cultural Center, the Bhumi Pujan will be taking place. Here you can see the vehicles have started to come inside the premises of Maya Devi temple here, and here you can see several vehicles here and everyone here chanting Modi, 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 welcome Nepal, Modi. And this is the 5th visit of the Prime Minister here to Nepal. In fact, first after his re-election, and here you can see Prime Minister waving here to the people who are standing to welcome him here. You can see here that the Prime Minister is here waving to the cameras here. You can see how people are going berserk to meet him, and the Prime Minister here just getting inside the Maya Devi temple, and the security personnel having a tough time stopping the people who are just trying to get close to the Prime Minister. And there you see that the Prime Minister's vehicle is now entering the Maya Devi temple, and here he is expected to spend around 45 minutes where he'll be doing special puja archana, and the Nepalese Prime Minister also there with him, and it's going to be a big day, almost 5.5 to 6 hours, which Prime Minister Modi will be spending here in Nepal, and it's going to be a huge visit to boost relations, cultural ties between the both countries here, and you can see here how people here chanting slogans of Modi, Modi. प्रधानमंत्री
यस बहुत अच्छा लगा प्रधानमंत्री को देखकर, और ऐसा लगा ये ऐतिहासिक स्टेप होने वाला है जहाँ दोनों देशों का जो है वो मिलन होने वाला है, और दोनों देशों की जो संस्कृति है वो संस्कृति जो है वो नए चरण पे पहुंचने वाली है, और ये उसका एक पहलाव है, और ये उसका पहला
तरीके की दोस्ती होनी चाहिए इंडिया भारत और नेपाल।
देखो बोला जाता है कि इंडिया और नेपाल का जो रिश्ता है वो रोटी और बेटी का रिश्ता है। मैं बोलूंगा इसी रिश्ते को आगे जो है बढ़ाया जाएगा, जहाँ पे संस्कृति को जोड़ा जाएगा, कारोबार को जोड़ा जाएगा और कारोबार के साथ साथ जो है अगर आप देखोगे दोनों देश जो है तरक्की करेंगे और इसमें बहुत सारे डिप्लोमेटिकल जो है वो जहाँ पे जो है ज्वाइंट होने वाले हैं और जो है बहुत अच्छा बना है।
नेपाल के विकास के लिए भारत कैसी भूमिका अपना अदा कर सकता है?
मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर आप बॉर्डर देखो, सबसे बड़ा जो बॉर्डर जुड़ता है वो नेपाल का भारत का जुड़ता है और अगर हम लोग ट्रेड के लिए अगर भारत और नेपाल का जो ट्रेड है ये बढ़ाएं तो दोनों देशों की जो उन्नति है खासकर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की फील्ड के अंदर जो है ये बहुत बढ़ सकती है, जहां दोनों कंपनियां जो है वो आदान प्रदान कर सकती हैं, दोनों जो है कंट्रीज जो है वो फायदा कर सकती हैं। थैंक यू।
So there you see that people here enthusiastic at the fact that Prime Minister has now arrived here at the Maya Devi temple here, and also let's get in a reaction from several children here who are standing here and who just saw Prime Minister Modi, what they have to say. आप लोगों ने प्रधानमंत्री को देखा?
हाँ जी, हाँ देखा।
कैसा लगा?
बहुत अच्छा लगा, पहली बार देखा हम लोग जी। हमारे लुम्बिनी में आए।
लुम्बिनी में आए, पहले भी वो आना चाह रहे थे लेकिन आ नहीं पाए थे।
जी हाँ।
आप लोगों ने मोदी जी को देखा?
देखा।
कैसा लगा आप लोग?
बहुत अच्छा लगा।
क्या अच्छा लगता है मोदी जी का?
बहुत अच्छा लगा कि हमारी नेपाल में आए, हम लोग को स्वागत करना पाए।
आप स्वागत कर पाए? आप लोग को इसका अच्छा
बहुत खुशी लगा।
तो स्कूल के बच्चे हैं?
हाँ।
क्लास में पढ़ते हैं आप लोग?
12th
में पढ़ते हैं आप?
हाँ।
चलिए, there you can see several children here from the several schools here. They have all lined up at the Maya Devi temple, welcome the Prime Minister, and they are all saying that they were extremely happy to welcome Prime Minister Modi when his cavalcade just entered the Maya Devi temple, and this is the place where the Prime Minister is expected to spend around 45 minutes, do special puja archana at the exact birthplace where Lord Buddha is believed to have taken place, and thereafter there are several other events also that have lined up, and at around 2 o'clock there will be an address by the Prime Minister at an auditorium here. And there will be around a 5,000 gathering of 5,000 people who will be present there, and after which the Prime Minister will be returning back to Kushinagar. Back to you.
Rousing welcome for the Prime Minister there in Lumbini. Like Rohit was getting asked those pictures, as you can see, the Prime Minister has reached Lumbini. In fact, the Mahadevi temple, what Rohit was talking to us about, and that he's going to be there up until 3:30 p.m. Also, what's important is the discussion, Rohit, that's been ongoing on the Buddha circuit. Talk to us a little more about it, the manner in which this is then going to fructify.
Obviously, Buddhist circuit and connectivity is in the pipeline also, and also discussions are being held between both the countries as to how this Buddhist circle, in fact, Buddhist circuit can be developed between both the countries here. But the main thing is that cultural ties are extremely important. Religious ties as well as cultural ties. Lord Buddha is as important in India as it is in Nepal also. So boosting relations, cultural relations, religious relations are extremely important, and we are expecting that when the bilateral level talks will be held between both the countries at around 12:20, which will start, then we can expect that all these will come up for discussion on the table. But as of now, we have seen that this is the first spot where Prime Minister has come after landing in Lumbini. This was the first of the itinerary where he has gone inside the Mahadevi temple here, and special prayers will be conducted here. He will be doing a parikrama of the Pushkarni Talab, which is here, and also a parikrama of the Ashok Stamp, and also watering the Bodhi tree, a special Bodhi tree which was gifted by Narendra Modi to Nepal, and that in fact happened in 2014 December, when a small sapling of the Bodhi tree was gifted, and that was planted here inside the premises of the Mahadevi temple, and that in fact sapling has now grown a bit, and Prime Minister will be watering that also. And after spending 45 minutes, he will be coming out and then straight away going for the Shilanyas and the Bhumi Pujan of the Buddhist Cultural Center that is going to be constructed by India. A puja archana will be conducted there also, and it is expected that in the next 3 years, the construction of the Buddhist Cultural Center will be completed. After that, bilateral level talks will be held between India and Nepal, and following which a gathering of 5,000 will be addressed to by the Prime Minister Modi at around 2 p.m. this afternoon, and after which he will be returning back to Kushinagar. So that's the itinerary as far as Prime Minister Modi's visit to Nepal is concerned. The first visit after his re-election in 2019. Back to you.
Third, religion is one factor, one thread that has linked Nepal and India always. And I think that visit is also replete with messaging. The first visit to a temple, and that to the Maya Devi temple.
Well, absolutely. As I told you that this is the place, Lumbini, and at the Maya Devi temple, there's exact location which is believed to be the birthplace of Lord Buddha. And today is a special occasion. It's Buddha Purnima today. And on this occasion, Prime Minister Modi was extended an invitation by his Nepali counterpart, Sheikh Bahadur Deuba. And Prime Minister Modi accepted that invitation that he will be pleased to come to Lumbini on May 16th, and that he has fulfilled his promise, and he has come here to Lumbini today when Buddha Purnima is being celebrated both in Nepal as well as in India. And this is really going to boost cultural ties, religious ties between the both countries. And you can see still here several children still lined up here outside the Maya Devi temple.
Rohit, be with us. We're just in fact putting out these visuals of the Prime Minister at the temple right now as we speak. The visit from is in fact has just he's just visited the temple, and he's going to be there till about 3:30 p.m. today is what we know. What's going to be discussed? The Buddha circuit is going to be discussed, and that is something that India is also looking at in terms of deepening its relationship with Nepal. The Prime Minister has spoken about time-honored linkages that have been fostered through centuries and recorded in a long history of intermingling, quote-unquote. In the past as well, Rohit, the Prime Minister has always visited places of religious significance that binds India and Nepal. And in that sense, this visit to the temple, again, is no surprise, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. You see, there have been several places across the world where Prime Minister Modi has visited. Those are places of tourist interest also. And once Prime Minister Modi visited those places have been highlighted, and more propaganda and publicity has been given to those places. And in that context, we see that Lumbini, this is in fact, the birthplace of Lord Buddha. And Prime Minister Modi had expressed his desire to visit Lumbini during his earlier visits also. 4 times he has visited in his first tenure, but that time he could not visit Lumbini, but he has expressed his desire to visit Lumbini. And this time around, on the occasion of Buddha Purnima, when the Prime Minister was given an invitation from the Nepali his counterpart, then he accepted that invitation, and he has now come here. And obviously the people here who here live in Lumbini, the priests here, several people we've been talking to yesterday also, they said that now that Prime Minister will be visiting Lumbini, obviously it will boost tourism in this entire area, because once the Prime Minister comes here, he pays a visit to this temple, he does prayers here, and it will obviously get a huge publicity both back in India and across the globe. And more tourists will now start flocking to Lumbini to see all these religious places here where Lord Buddha is believed to have to be born. And that is why people here extremely enthusiastic, happy, welcoming the Prime Minister here. Back to you.
People extremely happy to welcome Prime Minister Modi, who has in fact just reached Lumbini in Nepal. Once again, Rohit, for our viewers who have just joined us, do give us an idea about this visit. What is on the agenda apart from the much spoken about visit to the temple first?
Well, apart from visiting the temple on the occasion of Buddha Purnima, boosting relations between both the countries are extremely important, because you see China, on the other hand, is also investing hugely in Nepal and indulging into several constructions of airports here. You see, there's just about 18 kilometers away from Lumbini at Bhairwa. There is a new, in fact, international airport that has come up, which has been inaugurated today by Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba of Nepal. And in fact, that airport has been built by China. So you can see how China is hugely investing in Nepal, and that is why India also wants to invest in Nepal so that more development of this Himalayan state, Himalayan nation, in fact, can take place, and also strengthen ties between both the countries. And therefore, we are seeing that after the Prime Minister spending 45 minutes at the Maya Devi temple, that schedule is over, then he will straight away go to the spot. It's about, I think, 2 kilometers from here, where Bhumi Pujan and Shilanyas of the upcoming Buddhist Cultural Center is going to take place. That Buddhist Cultural Center is going to be constructed by India, and India has already taken a plot there on lease from the Nepal government under an agreement. And in the next 3 years, we will be seeing that India will be constructing a Buddhist Cultural Center here in Lumbini. So that goes on to show that how India is also trying to send out a message to China that they are also aggressively trying to indulge into relations with Nepal, strengthen ties with Nepal, and also want to work for the development of this of its neighboring country here. Back to you.
Rohit, be with us. We're just putting out these pictures of the Prime Minister at the temple. He's just arrived. Remember, this is Prime Minister Modi's 5th visit to Nepal since 2014, ever since he took over as the Prime Minister for the first time. Today, the Prime Minister is laying the foundation stone of the India International Center for Buddhist Culture and Heritage in the Lumbini Monastic Zone. He will also be attending the Buddha Jayanti celebrations organized by the government of Nepal. He will be addressing a large gathering of people from Nepal and India, including Buddhist scholars and monks. Right now, these pictures are coming in from the Maya Devi temple, where the Prime Minister is offering prayers at the Maya Devi temple in Lumbini, this on the occasion of Buddha Jayanti. Later on, like Rohit was telling us, the Prime Minister will also be holding discussions on expanding cooperation with his Nepalese counterpart, Prime Minister Deuba. These are visuals of the Prime Minister at the temple, where he's going to be offering prayers. He's in fact offering prayers at the Maya Devi temple as we speak. These are live images on your screens right now on the right, flanked by Nepalese Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba. He's accompanied by the Prime Minister of Nepal. Remember, the Maya Devi temple is the main site of worship in Lumbini. It is traditionally considered the birthplace of Gautam Buddha. The Prime Minister, from what the government has said, as per the agenda, will be lighting a butter lamp in front of the Ashoka pillar and also water the Bodhi tree gifted by him during his 2014 visit to Nepal. Pictures live from the Maya Devi temple in Lumbini in Nepal. The Prime Minister offering prayers. This is a visit that India is looking at for expanding its religious ties and also its ties with Nepal, in the context also, in the backdrop also of China looking at these developments extremely closely. A Buddha circuit is what India hopes to establish in cooperation with Nepal.